Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another live edition of the Bogey Free Back and Body Group. Today we're going to talk about getting more swing. Getting more swing, getting more turn for your golf swing. Let's not overcomplicate it now. There's a lot of people out there. Their common request to me is I want more turn for my swing. I want more flexibility or mobility for my swing, and I think that's all well and good. But we don't need to overcomplicate it. So today I'm going to cover the 4 key zones of rotational need or rotational demands of the golf swing, and kind of give you some self-assessments to break these down so that you can just really quickly say, okay, in my golf swing, do I need more rotation where it counts? And if not, then we can talk about what to do about it. So the 4 key zones, first of all, the 4 key zones for rotation in the golf swing are going to be the neck, the shoulder, the mid-back, and the hips, all right? If you can't rotate decently well in any of those 4 spots, you might have some breakdown, you might have some efficiency issues with your golf swing. So these are the ones we're going to focus on. And anything else, if we're trying to talk about mobility, flexibility, you know, there's some things obviously with hamstrings and general mobility that you do want to focus on, but anything else is really going to be kind of at the end of the day just a bonus or a nice add-on. You really only need mobility in these 4 areas. So for the neck, if you want to quickly assess your neck mobility for golf, all you have to do is stand tall and think about rotating your head as far as you can, and then seeing if you can touch your chin to your collarbone, okay? So for the neck, rotate. Can you touch your chin to your collarbone? Is there any big difference side to side? Yes or no? All right, that's your neck mobility assessment. Obviously, in the golf swing, we're going to have head relatively still, and we're going to be rotating our shoulders around that. And so that type of movement right there is where it becomes really important. I struggle a little bit more going to my left than I do my right. Probably have some work to do there. Shoulder mobility, okay? Shoulder rotation. All you do, get into a mirror or have somebody else watch, line the elbow up with the shoulder, rotate, and notice how when I rotate, can I get my forearm beyond or at least parallel with my spine angle? And I would say yes, right? So that's good rotational mobility of the right shoulder. Fairly good rotational mobility of the left shoulder, maybe a little more work there. But that's mobility then for the golf swing. If I can't, this is what I got. I might have some issues mobility-wise through my shoulders that would prevent me from getting my hands in a good spot. Third, the upper back, the mid-back area. If I go feet and knees together off the edge of a chair or a box, about 45 degrees, so I can line myself up with the edge of the chair going 45 degrees, bring the club across the shoulders, keep the feet and knees together, stay tall, and rotate as far as you can. Now, from shoulder to shoulder, not the golf club, but from shoulder to shoulder, can you get yourself at least in line with the edge of that chair at 45 degrees, or can you go a little bit farther? Again, if you're stuck or you're stopping short or there's a big difference side to side, you'd want to focus on upper mid-back mobility. And then last but not least, and probably the one that, you know, the mid-back and the spine and the hips are the ones that we talk about the most with our golfers. But it's the hip mobility, it's the hip rotation. So I have a 7-iron, and the 7-iron is always a good club. Take the bottom of the club head and put that parallel with your body, and then you should see that shaft. I'll bring it back here a little bit, maybe you guys can see. You should see that shaft angling off a little bit, right? So what I want to do is I want to go lining up with, you know, perpendicular or parallel with the bottom of the club. I'm going to put all my weight on this left leg, and I'm going to see, can I turn my hips so that I am basically lined up with that shaft of the club, which is going to be roughly about 60 degrees for a lot of it. It's not an exact science, but again, if I put all my weight on my left, on the side that that club is angled towards, just balance on the right side or just toes for balance, and then try to wind up as far as I can, keeping my body tall, right? Not any movement through the foot. If I get my hips parallel with that club, that's a pretty good measurement. I could do the same on the opposite side. But again, looking for that rotation at the hip of about 60 degrees. So those are the 4 key zones of the golf swing: neck, shoulder, mid-back, hip. When we talk about getting more turn for our swing, getting more mobility for an efficient golf swing, these are the areas that we want to focus on. If you don't identify where you need these and you're just doing general mobility, you might be wasting your time a little bit when there's a lot of stuff to work on, obviously. And rotationally is a lot of these joints, they're designed to rotate. And so if they don't, obviously from a health and a movement quality standpoint, you're going to struggle in other areas. So it becomes really, really important to work on these. So if you're interested in learning more about this, there's a couple different options. One, we have our guide, which is all about mobility for golfers, and it talks about these 4 tests in more detail and how to address them. Make sure you comment below mobility for golf and just type into the comments. Let us know if you want that guide. I'll send that over to you. The other thing that we have kicking off, if you haven't heard, we have our Cyber Monday offer today, which is our bogey-free back and body program. It's our gold standard online program where we take you from A to Z, golf performance and fitness. There is a very large involved module in that about mobility, and we're going to be kicking off our online program here this winter. So if you want any more information on the Bogey-Free Back and Body online program, which is going to, again, be an A to Z, it doesn't specifically focus on only mobility or only strength. It takes you from start to finish. All of the common things that we're working on with our golfers in these 4 walls, you're going to get in the comfort of your own home or your own gym. So if you're interested in either of those, either the guide specific for mobility for golfers, or you want that full A to Z online program, it's on special today for Cyber Monday. Typically it's a $497 program. We're running it today for $247, so over 50% off. I think that price will stay there for a couple days, but we'll see how many people get involved. And obviously at some point I have to limit the number of these because the group is going to get larger to where we're going to do, even though it's an online program, we're servicing and trying to give a lot of people more of an individual feel to it. So we'll see how many people take advantage of that offer, and then we'll see how many days we can run it for. But let us know either way in the comments. We're happy to get you rolling with either of those. One is obviously free. We'll give it to you at no cost, and the other one is it's on special today, but a little bit more of a investment there. So looking forward to a good off season here. Again, our programs are becoming more and more robust. The more we do, the more we work with, the more we learn, the more videos we get out, the more content we get out. So hope you're joining the train, and I look forward to being here in the group a little bit more frequently and often with all sorts of good content for you. So thanks for being a part of it. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and have a wonderful week.